game against the Kings that they were overconfident in that game. What did you talk to them after that and not being relaxed in the strip? And how important is the work from Barea to talk to them about these kind of situations?
Well, we didn't play well in the Kings game, and maybe some of it was overconfidence. That can happen when you get a winning streak. We had a day off after the back-to-back, which we needed. We had a good practice. We had a practice yesterday, and we got to prepare for Detroit. And Sacramento played a very physical game, and that's one of the things that I said to the team after the Sacramento game, is that Detroit is going to be a very physical team as well. So we've got to amp up our physical disposition and be ready and play our brand of physical, which isn't necessarily a bunch of big, strapping, huge guys, but we have to have a level of persistence, and we got to be nonstop out there.
Third row in the middle.
Hi, Coach. Hector Leslie from Marca. You guys usually shoot a lot of threes, but maybe, I don't know if you are trying to change a little bit your strategy tonight, because with the altitude, maybe you won't have your legs entirely there for shooting there, maybe try to change a little bit your offensive strategy.
Well, the altitude is a factor, and so what I believe you have to do with the altitude is substitute a little earlier, get guys in and out quicker. It's hard to change your strategy for one game. 3 years ago when we were here, we had a situation where, if I'm not mistaken, we had a lot of threes in that game. So it's going to be my responsibility to make sure our guys are fresh, that they're rested, that they get in and out, they get rest, they get back in, and keep their rhythm. And we've got to play our game to the best of our abilities, and we'll just go from there.
We'll be playing in Mexico City tonight and on Saturday. First of all, the Mavericks and the Pistons will be playing here tonight, and we very much appreciate the fact that the principal owners of those teams, Mark Cuban and Tom Gores, both have made the trips into Mexico City. I had a chance to talk to many of their players earlier today, and they're hugely enthusiastic about being here for this game. And of course, the San Antonio Spurs and the Phoenix Suns will be joining us on Saturday. This is the first time that 4 NBA teams have traveled to Mexico City for these games, and with the 2 games coming up, we will have played our 29th and 30th games in Mexico, which are the most number of games we played in any country other than the United States and Canada. So to me, that makes very clear the enormous commitment we have to this market in Mexico City and to Mexico and to all of Latin America. Let me just add, in addition to the games that we're playing here, by having these 4 teams in market, we have an opportunity to conduct clinics, to do programs throughout the city. And in fact, today we opened up our very first NBA store here in Mexico City as well. But I think you're probably all wondering why I have these colleagues with me on stage today. And the reason is we have a very important announcement to make, and that is that next season we'll be launching an NBA G League team here in Mexico City. And our partner will be Capitanes, a team that already exists here in Mexico City. They will be the 29th team in the NBA G League. And let me offer a few thank yous before I turn it over to my colleague for a few comments. First of all, to the owner of Capitanes, Moises Cosillo, who could not be here with us tonight, but he was instrumental to getting this deal done, and we look forward to the partnership. We were fortunate to have with us 2 of Moises's partners here today. We have Patricio and Gilberto. Thank you both again for the partnership and for being here. Let me also thank a few of my colleagues in the NBA who were instrumental to getting this arrangement completed, and to me in record time. First of all, my Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum, who's here in the front row, and also the Chief Operating Officer of the league. Thank you, Mark, for all your hard work. We have the Managing Director of LATAM, Arnon Mello, who is here in the audience today. Thank you, Arnaud, and thank you very much for all you contributed to this. Of course, Raúl Zarraga, our managing director here of Mexico. He'll have an opportunity to speak in a minute. Of course, the president of the G League, Shareef Abdur-Rahim. Thank you very much, Shareef. And let me just conclude before we answer questions and a few comments from my colleagues that this is truly a historic milestone for the NBA and, of course, for the G League. I think we all remember this day when we are announcing that we're going to have our very first G League team in Mexico City, and I think it's an important signal to the market just how important we view the entire country of Mexico and all of Latin America.
Thank you, Commissioner. I now invite.
Yes, I am thrilled to be here to make this historic announcement of the Capitanes partnering with the NBA G League to launch our first ever G League team here in Mexico. To echo Adam, the momentum here in Mexico around basketball is extremely positive. And we believe that this partnership with the Capitanes will only grow that excitement for the game of basketball. This is a pivotal next step not only for Mexico and basketball development in Latin America, but also for the growth of the G League. We just started our 19th season, and over the past 18th year, the G League has transformed from just 8 teams to 28 teams this season. And with that growth, we've also grown in our connection to the NBA and NBA teams. So this season, all of our teams are owned and operated by the NBA, by NBA teams. And with that, we've continued to grow a strong and passionate fan base in the United States. So the communities that we play in, from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to Austin, Texas, Los Angeles, New York, all embrace our G League players. The same way we know that Mexico City will continue to embrace the Capitanes, and as they get to know our G League and our G League players will embrace the G League. The G League is the official development league of the NBA. We've proven our ability to develop NBA players. At the start of this season, over 40% of NBA players have G League experience. Last year's NBA draft, over 60% of the drafted players spent time in the G League, and over 50 players were signed out of the G League last season. It's this opportunity that we provide the players to grow their skills, to continue to develop, to live out their dream of being NBA players, that we're excited to also extend here to players in Mexico and Latin America. I'm sure that folks that come and see games, G League games here in Mexico City will recognize the passion and excitement of our players, of our games. Again, we're thrilled to be here. I extend gratitude to Gilberto, Mauricio, who couldn't be here with us, Patricio, for their trust in the G League, their trust in me, and we'll make sure that this is a meaningful partnership. Again, this is a historic day for the NBA G League, for the Capitanes, and for basketball in Mexico. Thank you.